Hello guys, it's goldiex here and welcome to TimeSplitters 2. So today we're going to take a look at a TimeSplitters 2 port hidden inside Homefront The Revolution. So originally the first two levels of TimeSplitters 2 were hidden inside Homefront The Revolution, but last year it was actually discovered with some cheat codes, which I'll put on the screen right now. You can actually unlock almost the whole of TimeSplitters 2, the whole story mode, the whole arcade mode and the whole challenge mode. So today I thought we'd have a look at TimeSplitters 2, go through the TimeSplitters 2 port, point out some things you need to know if you want to give this game a look for yourselves. Honestly, it is a very buggy port in places because this was originally an unfinished remaster of TimeSplitters 2 that was in development. So I thought today we'll take a look at the story mode and the arcade and challenge mode of TimeSplitters 2. It's pretty amazing nearly all of this content was hidden inside TimeSplitters 2, right? So I think to start off we'll take a look at the story mode and let's give it a look.
Darkness, they came with a hateful will to destroy humanity. We fought long and hard, but now we are lost, for they have taken their evil war into our past. Traveling through time, they have sown corruption, unraveling the fabric of our history. Our last chance is to strike back, seize the time crystals, and turn their twisted weapon against them. The fight for survival has begun.
Alpha Base, do you copy? Over.
Roger, you are clear to go. Proceed as planned and good luck.
Okay, move out!
The docking bay's clear.
Go!
You've got a patrol on level 2. Incoming! On your right! Good work. We've detected a power surge on the bridge.
Looks like we're too late. You're already moving the crystals!
Cover me. I'm going in. Good. Watch out!
You go after them! I'll hold them off here! Hey,
Yeah,
good luck.
thanks.
So here we have the story mode. Originally it's only the Siberia and the Chicago levels that are unlocked by default, but if you input the story mode cheat code you can unlock every single level in the game. Which is a pretty good feature, but it's a shame that most of the levels do crash toward the end, which we will explain a bit later on. So I think to start off we'll go through one of the story levels. Let's start with the Siberia level. I'm not going to play through every single story level in the games, otherwise we'll be here a while, so I think I'll play through about 2 or 3 of these levels to show you guys what to expect if you do play the Homefront port. So let's dive into the first level, one of the default levels, which is Siberia. I think we'll do this on normal. Be careful which difficulty you pick. The difficulty in this game does spice things up a lot, so be sure if you want to play it on hard, and my game has just crashed. This game unfortunately does crash a lot. Okay, so we're back on difficulty select. Unfortunately this game does crash a lot if you do decide to play the Homefront port of this game, especially if you do have the cheat codes inputted in. So if you do play this game in the story mode, be careful which difficulty you pick, the difficulty does spice up the game a lot. So if you want to play this game on hard, be prepared for a challenge. So I think we'll do this on normal, for an average difficulty, Siberia Oblast Dam. A secret research facility under a Siberian dam has unearthed preserved organic specimens which are over 10,000 years old. Following a number of mysterious accidents, the original scientific team has left the site and a Russian military garrison has been assigned to the excavation project. Intelligence has revealed that the military's attempt to develop biological weaponry from the finds have had dreadful results. They must not be allowed to continue this research. Although biohazard cleanup force are on their way, there is opportunity to investigate the base and destroy the samples and research records before they arrive. The base is currently under lockdown and perimeter guards are jumpy. and an automated security system has been engaged. Avoid the cameras if necessary if they can be switched off or destroyed. Cutting off the communication uplink should buy some time to explore the base more fully. Alright, let's go.
Nikolai! Shh. We shouldn't be in the research center without security clearance. I'm telling you, I heard gunshots. They're killers if they find out. Come on, coward. Nikolai, the light! Stupid torch. Does nothing in this army work.
Control, come in.
It's all down to me now.
Welcome to Siberia, 1990. So this level is easily the most iconic level in the game because this level has been compared an awful lot to GoldenEye, the Nintendo 64 game. Honestly, when it comes to first person shooters, this is probably the best opening level in a first person shooter ever. I love this level. To be honest though, I wouldn't say this level is my favourite level in the game. I think, as I say that, I think this kind of shows how good the story levels are in this game. Honestly, all the story levels in this game are all fantastic, if you ask me. Some are better than others, but for the most part, the story mode in this game does not get old, and there's never a boring part of the story in the game. This game hasn't got the most complex story, in fairness, but honestly, I think the game does use that to its advantage a bit to create some really cool levels, travelling through time like it's nothing. Okay, so far I've not been spotted yet. So you can do this level whichever way you want. You can do this stealthy, you can do this guns blazing, it's entirely up to you. So this level is actually a pretty good starting level to expect in the story mode of TimeSplitters 2. And my favourite thing about the game by far is the soundtrack. This game has probably the best soundtrack ever. Well, to say this might be the best soundtrack ever is a bit of a big shout, but this is definitely my favourite soundtrack on the PS2. TimeSplitters 2 in my opinion had the best soundtrack on the PlayStation 2. This game's soundtrack is just so good. Honestly, if you ask me, I can't think of a single bad track in this game. All the soundtracks in this game are all so well made, if you ask me. So if you guys have been sticking around my channel for a while, I do say in my videos quite a lot, this is one game, PS2 game, I've been wanting to see get remastered for some time now. I've said before, if I could pick one PlayStation 2 game to get a full remaster for modern consoles, TimeSplitters 2 would easily take that spot easily. To be honest, it still amazes me actually that TimeSplitters 2 never got a HD remaster back in the PS3 days. There was a HD port of TimeSplitters 2 in development, but unfortunately the game never finished development, probably because of the failure of Haze and the fact that EA acquired the rights to TimeSplitters, and that's probably what made the franchise go downhill a little bit from there. But in all honesty though, the TimeSplitters series still remains probably one of the best franchises on the PS2. If you ask me, TimeSplitters 2 in my opinion is the most underrated video game ever made. It is just a fantastic game from start to finish. It really does feel ahead of its time with all the content it had as well, like the map maker, all the story content it had. Well, the story mode isn't that big, but you do have like the arcade modes and all the challenge modes to keep the players really invested in this game for quite some time. With all the arcade, the way you can customise your matches as well, it really is such a complex game overall. Well, I'm just going to blow this camera up, do it this way. There we are. So I thought we'd take a look at the Homefront The Revolution port of TimeSplitters 2 because unfortunately this game has not got a full remaster yet. Hopefully, as a cheat code's been discovered, hopefully there is a full remaster of TimeSplitters 2 in development. Honestly, I really hope there is because I've been wanting to see this game get remastered now for quite some time. I think, if you ask me, I think most people can agree, most TimeSplitters fans can agree that it is about time this game to get remastered, right? So Homefront The Revolution, unfortunately, is the closest we're going to get to a TimeSplitters 2 remaster at this point in time. Hopefully, at this point, there is a TimeSplitters 2 remaster in development, because there is always rumours going around about a TimeSplitters 2 remaster in development, and hopefully, at this point in time, it's finally happening. Free Radical has been reformed specifically to make a new TimeSplitters game. Hopefully, it's a TimeSplitters HD Collection, because come on, TimeSplitters deserved a HD Collection for such a long time now. Remaster TimeSplitters 2 alongside the first game and Future Perfect, that would be the dream. TimeSplitters is probably the main reason I still own a PS2, to be honest. I mean, there are other PS2 games I still play, absolutely, but I think TimeSplitters 2 and the TimeSplitters games in particular was the main reason I still own a PS2. I think these games hold up fantastically even today. Because originally, as the game never finished development, as some of the Free Radical employees went to Deep Silver, I think it was Deep Silver, yeah, and they developed Homefront The Revolution, and for an Easter egg, they decided to add the first 2 levels of TimeSplitters 2 in HD in Homefront The Revolution. I'm playing one of those levels right now, Siberia, but last year it was actually discovered with certain cheat codes you could actually unlock almost the whole game. It's nearly a semi-playable port of TimeSplitters 2. I say semi-playable because unfortunately the TimeSplitters 2 port in Homefront does unfortunately crash quite a lot, as we saw in the menus. Unfortunately, this game does occasionally crash for no reason, and there are some certain things in the game that do crash the game, which we will explain a bit later on, which I will point out. I just want to make sure these security cameras are down. Oh fuck, that guy is still alive. Okay, that guy spotted me. So there we are, let's head inside the base. The time crystal's been located. Well, let's take this guy out. Oh, I got him. Nice. Nice headshot. There we are. I'll make sure they do not set that alarm off. Go to the game cartridge as well. So if we head to the uplink, we can actually play a few hidden mini games that are hidden inside TimeSplitters 2 as well. So we've got Anaconda, which is honestly my favourite game. I'm not going to play these games back, so I'm just going to show you what these games are. So we've got Retro Racer as well, which is pretty cool. Okay, here we go. I don't really play these massively, but you've got these free cool mini games to play as well. That are also included within the Homefront Easter egg as well, which is quite nice. Okay, we've got Astro Lounge as well. Honestly, I don't understand this game one bit. We can't see the whole Astro Land thing properly. Can't see the score and the name of the game properly. I'm just going to crash because this game, honestly, I wouldn't say it's particularly great. So we've got 3 little extra mini games you can play if you guys want to kill some time within the game. It's pretty cool that the game added that stuff in, so I think it just shows how much content there is in TimeSplitters 2 all around. I wouldn't say this game is a fully playable port of TimeSplitters 2, obviously because we haven't got the map maker, we don't have the extras, and unfortunately the split screen multiplayer did not come with the Homefront Easter egg, which is such a shame because the split screen multiplayer was such a big selling point for TimeSplitters 2, because TimeSplitters 2 in my opinion had the best split screen multiplayer ever in a PlayStation 2 game. I mean, playing this game multi-tap with your friends and that honestly makes for some great memories. I didn't play multiplayer in this game massively, but you can just tell straight away when you look up some split screen multiplayer in this game, you can just tell that this game is such a blast to play with your friends. So it is a bit of a shame that the Homefront board didn't include that, but with all the content you can unlock though, I would say only half of it is playable because there are certain things that do crash the game, which we will explain a bit later on. Unfortunately, the story levels, the ones you can unlock with the cheat codes, unfortunately do crash quite a lot, and I'll explain why once we get to them. So, as for the most part, Chicago and Siberia work fine without any problems whatsoever. It's pretty much like a fully playable port of TimeSplitters 2, like you'd expect from a full remaster. So those levels work just fine. But as all the other levels though, when you input the cheat codes, that's when you can begin to see why this game was never finished by the developers, well, that the game wasn't actually finished anyway. It's such a shame because obviously, what I would do to see a full HD port of a fully playable HD port of TimeSplitters 2 to be remastered. I've said that a lot on my channel, I want this game to be remastered. Honestly, that is still... With these cheat codes discovered, I'm just hope that there's a HD port of TimeSplitters 2 finally on the horizon. In the back of my mind, I keep thinking there is finally a HD port of this game on the horizon, because as the cheat codes were discovered and as Free Radical confirmed there's a new TimeSplitters game in development, Free Radical at this point have not confirmed what the new game is, but I'm hoping they will hopefully finish off the TimeSplitters 2 port that's been missing all these years. But I still can't believe, actually, I still haven't got over the fact that almost the whole game was hidden in Homefront. I remember saying Homefront The Revolution, as it was only the first 2 levels in, I decided not to bother playing through the whole Homefront story mode, because honestly Homefront The Revolution is a crap game, I wouldn't recommend it, but when I found that almost the whole port, there was nearly a fully playable port of TimeSplitters 2 hidden within Homefront, the first thing I did was, I looked up some gameplay to see how well the game worked well, to see that you could actually unlock all the levels, and when the rumours were true, the first thing I did was go online and buy another copy of Homefront The Revolution just so I could give this fully playable port of TimeSplitters 2 a go. Honestly, I don't really regret it. Bit of a shame about the bugs and crashes, but honestly, when you play the Homefront port of this game, it does show that this game really does hold up very well. Now just think how great this game would be today if this game works properly, right? I mean, graphically you can tell this game does hold up really well even in today's standards. So it does show that TimeSplitters 2 does hold up really well, and it is just a PS2 game that is just etching for a proper remaster. There are many other PS2 games besides TimeSplitters I can think of that would deserve a remaster. You know, games like Burnout 3 Takedown, Simpsons Hit and Run, Need for Speed Underground 2, Need for Speed Most Wanted, those kind of games. Persona 3 as well. Those few other games I can think of, but TimeSplitters really does deserve a full HD collection. It does amaze me actually we never got a Classics HD, TimeSplitters HD collection back in the day on the PS3. When PS2 classics like Ratchet and Clank, Jak and Daxter were all getting remasters, it just amazed me that somehow the TimeSplitters games never got a HD collection. Such a shame actually. Oh, kill these guys. Die. Right, there we are. So I can't allow any mutants to survive. So you'll notice that when you actually play this game on easy normal hard, the difficulty does shift quite a bit. Not only because there are more enemies to deal with in the game, but you will notice that the enemies can shoot you much easier. They're much more accurate with their weapons, and they can also chip away a bit more health, a bit like you would see in like any other first-person shooter. But what makes TimeSplitters 2 a bit more difficult, I'd say, in this regard, is that it does throw extra enemies for you to deal with, and not only that, but if you play this game on hard, you have to complete all the secondary missions as well. Every single mission is a primary objective. The secondary missions aren't that too hard to beat, to be honest with you, but I think it does add in a bit of extra challenge to the game. Not only that, but some of the things the game does do, which I won't explain. Some of these levels are an absolute bastard to play on hard. Atom Smasher level, I'm thinking of you. So if we go over here, we can see all the objectives, and an easy normal, there are secondary objectives, so you don't have to worry about completing these, but if you were playing this on hard, you would have to complete all the secondary missions as well. Oh, fucking hell, what was that? Was that a grenade? Cheeky. Okay, I got the flamethrower. I mean, I'm playing this game on my 4K telly, hopefully recording this footage in 4K. So it does show that this game really does hold up really well graphically, so no mutants to survive, that is good. You got me though, for a PS2 game, this was actually quite a very well detailed level. Obviously there are levels more detailed than this on later consoles, but for a PS2 game to run this was pretty impressive. Obviously the PS2 version was in HD and all that, but still. Honestly, this game probably has the best opening level ever in gaming on a first person shooter. TimeSplitters 2 just now, the first level of this game just nails everything about how a first level in a first person should be, what to expect within the game and that kind of thing. So I think, okay, it's the next level we need to go to. Come on, hurry up. So if we pick up a sniper, I'm not going to need it. We got to admit though, look at this for a view. A nice little view. The PS2 actually was capable of processing this. So now we've got this little helicopter to deal with. As you can see, the menus at the top screen are a little bit buggy, unfortunately. Buggy menus is a very common thing in this game, unfortunately, as this game's only an Easter egg and of course an unfinished developed port of the original TimeSplitters 2 game. The menus in this game are very buggy as well, especially if you play through the arcade and challenge modes, as you'll see a bit later on. Okay, so let's see if I can take this thing out. Come on, blow up already. I need to do enough damage to this thing. Then once I've done enough damage, that will be the level complete. So most levels do have like a little mini boss. Not all levels do, to be fair, but most of them do have like a little mini boss. Now we got the helicopter down, take this guy out. Okay, I think the time portal has appeared, so let's get out of here. There we go. That is a Siberia level complete, nice and easy. So that is the first level, Siberia. We also got Chicago level, which is another level unlocked by default. Notre Dame though, all the rest of the levels have to be unlocked by the story mode cheat codes, but luckily Notre Dame works completely fine. The rain's a bit glitchy, but other than that, easy, normal, hard will work completely fine. Unfortunately, all the levels from Return to Planet X onwards all have crashing problems. Return to Planet X crashes on all 3 difficulty modes toward the end of the level when you get into the shot down spaceship. And Neo Tokyo crashes halfway on easy, and normal works fine. Luckily normal mode does not crash, but hard mode crashes secondary level load, so do not play this level on hard whatsoever. Wild West crashes on all 3 difficulty modes toward the end as well when you pick up the Time Crystal. Atom Smasher works fine and easy, but when you get to the mini boss battle in Atom Smasher, that's when the game crashes on normal and hard. Aztec Ruins does crash on all 3 difficulty modes, but if you face toward the time portal toward the end of the level, you can actually just beat that level just fine, but make sure you're facing toward the time portal, otherwise the level will crash. Robot Factory has a bit of a strange crash because this level crashes halfway when you destroy one of the energy nodes in the level, and Space Station actually crashes right at the start if you're not careful, and halfway if you do get past that point. So what we're going to do, if we go to the Return to Planet X level, honestly probably my favourite level in the game. This level looks beautiful in HD, by the way, and I think we'll do this on hard to challenge myself a little bit. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you guys what crashes the game. If you guys have played the Homefront port before, you all know what crashes the game, but I'm going to show you guys what to look out for if you do play the Homefront port. 2280, Return to Planet X. There's been a lot of UFO activity in the Gamma sector. The Academy has traced their telemetry back to Planet X. Dorsal and Mesor Mox have been battling to gain control of the planet for some time now, and we suspect that factions are constructing ships and launching them from a concealed subterranean base. Wing Commander Hank Nova's patrol has engaged alien ships just inside the planet's atmosphere. Perhaps it's time to take a trip down to the surface and see what you can find out. This will be a tricky mission, but the fighting between the Mox can be used to your advantage. Remember that Ozor and Mesor hate each other more than they hate you. Don't be afraid to fight for one side or the other, as long as it helps you get closer to the base. Alright, let's head to Planet X.
Wing Commander, you have veered off target. What's your status? Over.
Base, the squadron's engaged with the enemy, but I've taken a direct hit.
What's your damage, sir?
The engine's shaky, but I'll be okay if it doesn't overheat. Uh-oh. Mayday, mayday, losing altitude.
Commander, you just keep that bird in the air. We're sending someone to pick you up. Over and out.
Okay, welcome to Planet X. So I decided to do this level on hard because I thought I would challenge myself a little bit on hard. You'll notice though, if you've played this level on normal and hard, you'll notice that this difficulty does spike a bit because the game throws extra enemies for you to deal with and extra hazards as well if you play for level. Okay, that guy's not dead. Right, he's dead. Alright. Okay, so this enemy up here that spawns up here, this enemy usually wouldn't spawn on normal, but it does on hard. It's just an example of one of the enemies spawning. Just an example of the game throwing extra enemies to throw you if you do play this game on a harder difficulty. So I'll be really careful because the enemies are much more accurate with their shots as well if you play this on hard, so they're very likely to shoot you. Okay, I just want to quickly pick up this weapon part here. I do not want to forget that. Oh. I pretty much know this game inside out, so I have managed to beat this game on hard before, but honestly I do... Oh fuck, I didn't realise that enemy was there. I do not plan to play this game on hard again, because sometimes this level can be bullshit with its difficulty. This game anyway, not this level. To be fair, this part of the level here is the hardest part with it. This part here is so sadistic on hard. If we head around here, we'll see loads of aliens so we have to hold off this like little beach attack here, and these aliens are going to spawn. So I need to make sure, basically what we need to do is just kill all the aliens here. Sounds pretty simple, but unfortunately, if you play this on hard, they do like to ambush you, especially if you're on the turret. Some aliens will appear out of nowhere, and they will gun you down quite easily. Sometimes though, it is sometimes quite nice to get off the turret, so the enemies can't ambush you. So like I've got plenty of like my sci-fi hand rifle to do that. Handgun, whatever you want to call it. Right, I want to make sure none of them are going to ambush me. Right, okay, so far so good. But sometimes, if you want a little breather from the turret to make sure they don't ambush you, sometimes it's easier to get off the turret and just use your sci-fi handgun to take them out. Okay, one of them's ambushed me. That's what they do. That's what I hate. I hate it when they do that. It's so easy. When they start shooting you, it's so easy for them to chip away your health. It's ridiculous. Right, sometimes it's easier to just come back here and just kill them this way. Although, just watch your ammo count if you do decide to do this. Just make sure you watch your ammo. So if you don't watch your ammo, you're going to run out of ammo really quickly. And if you haven't got any ammo and there's so many of them swarming you, you're going to be dead in no time. Trust me. So I need to get out in the open a little bit because I'm going to get swarmed in a minute if I'm not careful. Right. I'll take this one out. So I think we've almost taken them all out. So I think you can see why this part of the game, this level though is easily the hardest part of the level. There we go. Is that all of them? Yes, it is. I actually did that first try. I got very lucky then because sometimes I don't always complete that. Sometimes they do ambush me quite easily and they do take me out. Yeah, so I think I got quite lucky with that. Anyway, let's head further through. So the hardest part's away. So most of the level from this point on is not too bad. I mean, it does provide a bit of challenge here and there, but luckily once you get past the turret bit, the level is it's not too difficult from there. Although in terms of difficulty, that turret bit pales compared to the difficulty of Atom Smasher. Oh my god. If you thought you've played a hard level in the game for... Okay, I've got the homing launch, that's nice. So now we've located the crashed UFO. As I was saying, if you think you've played like a hard first person shooter, try Atom Smasher on hard in this game. Then you'll know what a hard level is in a first person shooter. I mean, Jesus Christ. I'm not going to explain now what makes it so hard, but I think when you play the level on hard, you'll understand why it's a very tough level straight away. Let's just put it that way. And it's a bit difficult, it is a bit pointless playing Atom Smasher on hard in a Homefront port because the game does crash toward the end anyway. So all that hard work of trying to beat Atom Smasher on hard, then the game crashes. Not really worth it if you ask me. This level does crash on hard as well, but I'm just going to show... This is just an example. I'm just going to use this as an example to show you what crashes the game. So I thought there is a certain thing in the game that does crash the game, what you need to look out for if you play the later story levels. So I'll just make sure I kill all these guys. When you kill enough of these guys, the crashed UFO will open and we can head inside the crashed UFO. Okay, now it's open, we can now head inside. I think... I'm pretty sure there's no aliens behind me now. So I'm just going to make sure I've got plenty of ammo before we head in. Yeah, that ammo should do. Got his turret shooting. I'm not going to bother about that. I'm just going to run straight through and get inside here. So we're inside the crashed UFO. So now, I just want to make sure because some aliens do come out and try to kill you. Yeah, just like that one there did. I pretty much know the game off by heart because I've been in the story mode this game loads of times on normal difficulty. On hard I've only beaten this game once because Atom Smasher, Robot Factory and Space Station are absolute nightmares to beat on hard. I've beaten those levels on hard once before and honestly I don't know if I want to do it again. I'm not gonna lie, this music has awesome music. I mean, just listen to some of this music in the game. You'll notice though I do use, for the end cards of my videos, I do use the TimeSplitters 2 soundtrack a lot in my videos because the soundtrack for TimeSplitters 2 is just so good, like I said in the Siberia. What makes the soundtrack better than what it should be is just the fact the music blends in so well with the time period you're exploring. That's probably what makes this game soundtrack so good. It just blends in so well, like the music in this level blends in so well with the atmosphere of the level. It really does make the levels feel so much more atmospheric that way, if you ask me. Well, I'm not going to use this weapon, right, so I'm going to stick back to this weapon because it's got more ammo. The homing launcher is a cool weapon. You shoot the gun and it locks onto your enemy. Pretty badass. I'm just going to shoot some grenades over there. Well, some plasma grenades, as they call it for this gun. So I think each level is so unique because you're traveling through a different time period in each level. Like in this level you're in like 2280 and like the game's trying to imagine the future in a way. Kind of reminds me of the Planet Mars, this level though, Planet X. Literally looks like Planet Mars a little bit if you ask me. Okay, I need some health quickly. Okay, I think that might be all of them. I hope it is. Well, let's get some ammo. Let's continue on. I just want to make sure these guys don't ambush me. Look how low I am on health. This is dangerous. Luckily there is more health around here, so I want to make sure I pick that up before I end up losing all my health. Oh. Okay, should be another enemy that's going to appear just here. Yep, I thought so. I'm just going to quickly pick this up. Alright, there we go. Yes, pick up some. Oh, okay, that was lucky. Good job I picked up the extra health. Okay, so if we head in... Oh, fuck. Did not notice that guy just spawned. I hope I can show you guys what crashes the game. Anyway, I'll tell you guys what crashes the game. When a certain enemy spawns in a level, there's a certain enemy in the game that does crash the game. Unfortunately, those enemies are the Reaper Splitters, the Time Splitter enemies. Those enemies do crash the game every time they spawn in a level. The Reaper Splitters, those were the enemies we saw in the cutscene. Sergeant Cortez and Corporal Hart were trying to fight. Those were the enemies they were fighting in the cutscene. Those are the enemies that crashed the game if they spawned in the level, as we'll see hopefully in just a moment when I get further through this level. Hopefully, I'm very low on health, but I should be able to get through the rest of the level just fine, hopefully, without any problems. I hope I can do it. But seriously, I love the music in this level. The Wild West level has the best music, if you guys want in my opinion. The Wild West level has the best music, followed very closely by this level. This level has great music as well. Right, let's head on out. Okay, I want to see what my health is. Oh, look at that. This is going to be very close. I just hope I can do this. It's going to be so typical if I die before the splitters spawn though. I just want to make sure I really be careful here. Oh, fucking hell. Right, come on, take me down. Luckily the sci-fi handgun overall is a very weak weapon, but you need to be very careful. Make sure it doesn't take you out. I just want to make sure I do this very carefully. Right, they're dead. That's good. Right, let's proceed with caution. Okay, they're dead. That's good. Right, let's proceed a bit further forward. So there's going to be a little portal here to head into the second crash UFO. Once you head in the second crash UFO, you'll see a Reaper Splitter in the distance, of course. When that splitter appears, the game will crash, as we'll see in just a minute. I'm just going to show you guys what crashes the game. I'm just going to quickly head through. Okay, as you saw, as that Reaper Splitter spawned, the game crashed. So every time this happens, every time Reaper Splitters spawn in level, unfortunately the game crashes, which is such a shame. So unfortunately, from Return to Planet X onwards, all the levels do crash because of the Reaper Splitters, except for Neo Tokyo, but as there are some enemies that can cloak themselves, which actually is Reaper Splitters, it's always the cloak power-up that crashes the game. If the enemy can cloak itself, the game will crash, because this game does not like the cloak. The Reaper Splitters can cloak themselves easily, so that's why the game crashes every time they spawn. Just to confirm that every level crashes, I'm going to quickly head to Space Station because this is the easiest level to crash. I'm just going to show you guys the Reaper Splitter spawning and the crashing one more time. Okay, usually when you play this level first time round, mostly that Reaper Splitter's there spawn straight away, but you actually have to walk along that bit for it to spawn, which is very lucky because it does crash the game. Well, I'm just going to show you the crash one more time. There it goes. So every time a Reaper Splitter spawns, the game crashes. So every level from Return to Planet X onwards, unfortunately, crashes the game. So I've pretty much covered all the story mode from TimeSplitters 2, what you need to look out for if you do play the Homefront port of this game. So just be aware of the Reaper Splitters spawning and obviously them crashing the game and all that kind of thing. Obviously, make sure when you destroy one of the energy nodes in Robot Factory, that will crash the game as well, so just be aware of that as well. Obviously, Neo Tokyo, there's certain enemy that can cloak itself. When you play through the game, look out for that as well if you play on easy and hard, so just be aware of that as well. So pretty much, besides those points, the story mode pretty much works fine in the whole game, despite the points I've just pointed out. So I think now we've covered the story mode, let's go take a look at challenge mode. I would logically look at arcade mode first, but I think as there's quite a bit to look at in arcade mode, we'll take a look at the challenge mode first. So as you can see, as I'm the menus in this game are very buggy. I can barely see what I'm doing. So I think we'll take a look at some challenge modes and play through some of it. Luckily, most of the challenge modes work just fine with no problems whatsoever, but there is one certain challenge mode category that does crash a game. That is a TimeSplitters story classic, because Reaper splitters spawn halfway, and obviously that crashes the game, which I will show as well. Okay, let's take part in this glass stain challenge. So I pretty much covered most what to look out for in the story mode. This is what gives TimeSplitters 2 so much replay value though, is all the challenges it comes with, and the way you can customise your matches in the arcade section as well, which is quite cool. It just shows how diverse this game is and literally all the content it comes with. It literally is just a game jam-packed with single player content. Honestly, it is just amazing that this game never did get remastered back in the day. It really is. This game never got a fully released remaster. Hopefully in the future, hopefully as of me making this video, hopefully there is a remastered version of this game in the works. Let's just hope there is. Oh crap, did not mean to do that. Each challenge mode is very different. You've got many different challenges you can take part in the game, which is pretty nice. Okay, let's see if I can get to 25. Oh, not quite, 24. Okay, managed to complete that. I got a bronze medal for that, which is nice. Okay, let's see if I can get a platinum in one of these. Let's head to Infiltration and let's do Trouble at the Docks. Let's play as Lady Jane. I can easily get platinum on this. I'll platinum this challenge so many times. So this is the beginning of the Chicago level, and what you need to do is just get through this level stealthy with no problems whatsoever. Just get through the level as quietly as you can, and then you pretty much beaten the challenge. I've been this part of Chicago so many times, so I easily know what to expect when doing this. Let's see how quickly I can do this. Right, there we are. Let's head through. Yes! That should be a platinum. Yes, it is. Platinum awarded. Nice. Pretty good, eh? So I'm going to head to the last one down here and take part in a little monkey challenge. So we're going to take part in this challenge here where I have to shoot watermelons off the monkeys. I used to suck at this challenge when I played this game on the PS2, but in the Homefront port I do find it a bit easier, I'm not going to lie. I think it's just because the control's been modernised a little bit. Well, in the original version it was a triangle button to reload instead of the square button. Using the square button just feels so much more modern, it's definitely much more to my liking. And it's a triangle button to switch weapons instead of the directional buttons. To be fair, I do miss the fact that you could use the directional button to swap weapons. I wish that was still in the Homefront port of this game, but unfortunately that's not being included, which is such a shame. Shooting melons for the most part is... oh fuck. Yeah, make sure you do not shoot the monkeys, because if you do, your point's going to get deducted. Like Destroy Humans had a thing or two for cows, but TimeSplitters has a thing for monkeys and watermelons. There is one level in the game, Aztec Ruins, that has like monkeys literally trying to throw exploding watermelons at you, and honestly that just sums up that this game does love its monkeys. Just like Destroy All Humans loves its cows. The PlayStation 2 really did have some creative games, so the PlayStation 2, the Xbox, Nintendo, GameCube era of gaming, they really did have some great games. Oh, there we are. Let's see if I can get plenty of points. Hopefully I should be able to get at least a bronze or silver at this. There we are. I'll see if I can get this melon as well. No, missed that. Oh, how did I miss that? Yeah, got that melon, that's nice. That's it, there we go. Come on. Come on, how many points am I going to get before this ends? Hopefully I can get at least a silver or a gold at this. I'm aiming to get a silver. Because sometimes I still struggle to get the gold on this. I cannot imagine what you need to do to get the platinum at this. I don't want to know. I'll probably never get a platinum at this. Almost shot that monkey. Oh, come on, need that melon. There we are. There we are. Nice. What did I get? Is it a silver? Yes, it is. Silver medal awarded. Well, silver trophy, whatever we want to call it. Okay, so if we head to TimeSplitters HD Classic, the second one down, these are the ones that crashed the game because Reaper Splitters spawned. So I think we'll head to the second one, because that's my favourite one. I love the music that plays in this challenge. Once I kill these enemies, just listen to some of this music. This music would honestly be great to play in a nightclub, I'm not gonna lie. Such great music. So TimeSplitters Story Classic levels work a bit similar to the story levels in the first TimeSplitters game. If you've played the first TimeSplitters game, the story level in TimeSplitters 1 was just you spawn at a part of a level, you would race toward the end of the level where there's an item to pick up and you have to make your way back to the start of the level again. TimeSplitters 2 completely scrapped that, which honestly I'm quite happy they did to make a much more better story mode in my opinion. But TimeSplitters 2 did kind of bring this back a little bit and decided to bring free levels in a similar way with the challenge mode, which I'm quite happy they did. But unfortunately, because the Reaper Splitters spawn halfway, the game will crash, which is such a shame, which we will show as I get further through this. Obviously, the quicker you do this, the better result you'll get when you complete this. Why did I shoot there? Anyway, let's just get moving. Make our way through here. It doesn't matter really what time you beat this on in Homefront, because you're not going to beat this level anyway, so there's not really much point seeing how quickly you do this. Right, oh, it's not a turret there, okay. Let's still kill these guys, make sure the area is clear of enemies, and let's head further through. Plasma Auto Rifle's got to be my favourite weapon in the game. I do like this weapon, I can't lie. There we go, he's dead, that's good. Okay, now I've got a minigun. Nice. I love the minigun in this game. The fact you can run around at normal speed with a minigun just shows how chaotic this game can be. Come on, get moving, nice. Okay, got through there, luckily. I'm just going to use a minigun for the rest of this, just blast all the enemies out of my way. Oh, okay, let's just get moving. I'm just going to make way past this guy. Okay, here we're toward the end, so the item pickup is just here. When we pick it up, the Reaper Splitters will spawn, so if I quickly take this one out, the minigun should take it out no problem. Well, if I quickly pick this up, you'll see the Reaper Splitters spawn. There they go. As that Reaper Splitter spawned, the game crashed. So I pretty much covered all the things you need to look out for in challenge modes. All the challenge modes work just fine, except for TimeSplitters Story Classic, unfortunately, which does crash due to Reaper Splitters spawning when you pick up the item in the Story Classic challenges. But if we head to the arcade mode now, luckily the arcade comes with the Arcade League and the arcade costume as well. The Arcade League is where it might get a bit confusing to find out which ones crash the game, which ones don't. So if we head to the Amateur League, I'm going to show you guys what does crash the game. There's a certain power up in the arcade mode called the cloak. Every time you or a bot on the map goes into the cloak, the game will crash straight away, so be aware of that. I'm going to demonstrate on this map here. Okay, so we're spawned right here, so as you can see, the cloak is literally just over there. If you or any of the bots on the map go into the cloak, the game will crash. I'm going to demonstrate right here to show you guys that it does happen, unless a player goes into it before I do, which does happen, unfortunately. Which can happen. Okay, so there's a cloak here. Watch me try and go into it. That's what happens every time. If you or a bot goes into the cloak, the game will crash. Obviously, every game mode that has the cloak, there's a 95% chance that will crash. because obviously you can't stop the bots going onto the map, into the cloak, which is a bit annoying. So if you do play this game, just be aware when you go on a certain game mode, if the map has the cloak, make sure you pause the game and come off it straight away, because obviously you don't want the game to crash. Luckily, not every single arcade series does have a cloak on it, but obviously it depends on the map. Obviously some maps have the cloak, some don't. About 2/3 of the maps in the game do have the cloak. Some have the cloak, some don't. So let's take a look at one that I know the Chinese map does not have the cloak on it, so let's head on the Chinese map for a little while. I love the Chinese map as well. It's obviously my favourite map in TimeSplitters. I love the music that plays on this map. The arcade mode kind of shows how wacky this game can get with human as well, because this mode is literally just a Chinese chef literally trying to kill a whole bunch of gingerbread men. So the arcade mode I do like, because it does kind of show off the game's wacky humour a little bit. Honestly, that's why I do like it. The story of the arcade mode in this game. Literally, whoever fought in a first person shooter, you'll be playing as a Chinese chef trying to fight off a whole bunch of gingerbread men, right? So I thought I'd demonstrate one here. Luckily, the Chinese mode the map doesn't have the cloak on it anyway, so you can enjoy the Chinese map just fine. Obviously, it depends on the map. Most of the maps in the game do have the cloak. There's the odd one or two that doesn't have the cloak, so just be wary of that. So I'll try to pick up some more health quickly. There we are. See if I can get a platinum on this. Luckily, this one here is quite easy to platinum. Just kill all the gingerbread men. Make sure you're doing around under 2 minutes, 10 seconds, something like that. Make sure you've got plenty of lives as well. While you do it, then you should have the platinum in this quite easily. But I thought I'd play through a few of the arcade challenges just to give you guys like a good idea what to expect when you play the game. Obviously, some of the arcade challenges work fine. I'd say half of them work fine, half of them don't. When you're on the map, it also kind of depends on what game mode it is as well. Depending on the game mode, sometimes the cloak won't be on the map, but obviously sometimes you just don't want to risk it. So unfortunately, the cloak power-up is something you've really got to look out for, because if you're not careful, the game will crash, so you've got to really look out for that. I love the music in this map, it's so good. Right, where's the other gingerbread man? Hopefully there should be a few more. Hopefully I can take them out with no problem. Where are they? Oh, there's one in front of me. Right here. There we are. Okay, where's the last one? Come to me. There he is. Die. Okay, I need to be quick to take this one out. Where is he? There he is. Die. There we are. I think that should be a platinum. Yes, it is. Wonderful. Platinum trophy awarded. Lovely. So I'm going to head to the Amateur League quick. We're going to quickly play probably one of my favourite game modes in the game, Virus mode. I love Virus, it's so good. Obviously, anyone who's ever played TimeSplitters 2 back in the day will remember Virus mode. So basically, Virus mode is a bit similar to the infected game mode in Call of Duty. A certain player on the map is infected, and yeah, just avoid that player. Obviously, when that player, the infected player, touches the other players, so I'll demonstrate. Oh, okay, I didn't quite shoot that guy. If he touches you, this game mode is all over. So I just got to avoid all the other players before time runs out. This challenge is actually a bit of a toughie, I'm not going to lie. Sometimes it is bullshit where you spawn and where the infected enemy spawns, but mostly this game mode was a lot of fun if you played this with other people with split screen back in the day. This game mode was so good. Yeah, hopefully I should be able to. Okay, there's an infected guy. I want to make sure I make a run for it. If I do this in under a minute, I'll get the bronze on this, and there they are. Okay, they literally spawned right in front of me. Good job I wasn't running too far ahead then. Come on. Come to Papa. Kill these guys. Just be careful when you kill them. Sometimes they will spawn right in front of you. There we go. I don't know if he was a guy I killed, but sometimes that can happen. So I got the bronze on there. Not my best effort. Actually, I want to quickly show you guys the rain as well, when the rain affects this game as well. I think this is the map to do it. I think. Hang on, or is it? No, hang on, no, this isn't the right one. If I head back quick, I'm just going to show you guys. I want to get on the compound map. That is a map where it rains. If I can get onto that. Is it this one? Yeah, I think it is, yeah. Is it this one? Yes, it is. So it's raining on the map. Every time the rain hits the screen, you'll see these black squares that come up instead of like the rain effects. If you play the original version of the game, you'll see the rain appear on the map. Also, come to think of it, this map has the cloak on it as well. Because this arcade mode is just you against one other player, the cloak is not on the map. On this map, usually the cloak would be here. If you go into it, or any of the bots go into it, the game will crash. As this is just you, me or another player, sometimes it does depend again. If this was like a team deathmatch, obviously the cloak would be on the map. As it's just me against another player, there's not a cloak on the map. So sometimes it does depend on the game mode and what you're doing Sometimes the cloak won't always be on the map. So there's a 90% chance the cloak will be on the map. So just look out for that. There we are. She's down. I think I have to kill her 10 times to complete this. So I thought I'd quickly demonstrate what happens if you do go on a map or in the Neo Tokyo or Notre Dame level where it is raining. If you see the rain hit the screen, you will see these black squares on screen. This did annoy me when I first played the game, but honestly, because I've played the Homefront port quite a few times now, I am used to it, but I do know this is going to annoy the hell out of certain gamers. If you do want to give TimeSplitters 2 a look, just be aware of this if you do go on a map that's raining. Where is... Okay, spawn, so where is she? Oh, there we are. She's down. Can I do this in under 2 minutes? I hope I can. I'd love to do this in under 2 minutes. Just 3 more kills to go, then this challenge should be complete. Right, blow her up. Die. There we are. Just 2 more kills to go. Come on. Die. I'm using my favourite weapon for this as well. I like the Tommy gun weapon as well. The Tommy gun weapon's cool. Oh fuck, I'm out of ammo. Really? Wrong timing. Okay, I'm going for the last kill. No matter what character you play as, if it's you going for the last kill, if you get the first kill, we'll say which player got the first kill, but if you get the first kill, or if it says you go for the last kill, Harry Tipper's name will always appear. Which is really annoying, not the name of the actual character itself, unless you're playing as Harry Tipper, of course. So I've pretty much gone through what to expect in terms of the arcade mode. Just make sure which map you play on, obviously, because obviously if the map's got the cloak on it, obviously the game's going to crash. So I think I'm not going to play through all of these because we'll be here all day. So let's take a look at arcade custom. This is where the buggy game modes appear, where the buggy menus appear. So we had the deathmatch. You can see how buggy this is to play on the map. So it doesn't matter. I don't really care which map I go on. So I'm just going to scroll and pick one map by random, whichever map that was. As you can see, it's very difficult to have your game set the way you want it. So it doesn't matter how you set your game, just make sure to stop the game from crashing, just make sure the power-ups are off completely. Once you've done that, you can set... The rest can be set to however you want it. But I'm going to make sure there are some bots on the map. Let's create a custom. Let's see what weapons I want. So I'm going to have 2 silent pistols, and I'm going to have Tommy gun, plasma, minigun, and home launcher. Alright, that'll do for my weapons, I think. For music, I think I'll have random. Okay, I think I'm pretty much ready. Let's get ourselves into a game. Let's play as Jake Fenton. If you've played the Chicago level, you will know toward the end when Jake Fenton bumps into Big Tony, "Fenton, get the hell out of my club." I just want to double check quick that the cloak is off the map. This map does have the cloak. I just want to quickly make sure the cloak's off the map. I hope it is, because I do not want the game to crash. I should go around. Actually, I'm going to head out this way. Die. I love the Tommy gun. It's so cool. Some gun sound effects do sound different in this game than they did in the original version of the game. Some sound better, some don't, if you ask me. So the game hasn't crashed yet. No one's gone into cloak, I don't think. So I don't think the game's going to crash. I just want to make sure. No, the cloak's not there, so that's good. Okay, so far I'm not very good. Someone's going for kills really quickly. So the arcade costs where you can customise your own game, whether it's deathmatch, a virus match, or whatever. You can customise it to your preferences. So I'm just going to turn up the deaths a little bit. Obviously this match is going to be longer, so let's pick another map. Let's pick this one, whatever map that was. Let's jump straight in. Let's play as Jake Fenton again. Okay, we're on the Aztec Ruins map. So this level is actually the Aztec Ruins level. This is the site music that's playing as well. So I'll put the music on random, just so whatever map I go on, random music will play. This is not music. This is not the actual Aztec Ruins map music. The music that plays for the Aztec Ruins map is the same music that plays in the Aztec Ruins level. So the cloak is on it. This map also has the cloak on it as well, but as I've disabled the cloak, no one can go into the cloak and crash the game, which is nice. So once the cloak's off, besides that, you can play the games however you want. Occasionally, when the map is loading, the game may occasionally crash. Luckily, this doesn't occur too often, but it does occasionally happen, so just look out for that if you do play the arcade custom of this. Okay, I've got something on. I'm happy with my minigun. I think we'll play one more. I think, depending how quickly you get through this, I think we'll play one more arcade custom match. I think I'll play an extra virus match as well to show you guys how chaotic virus can be. Virus was such a cool game mode, it really was. Virus in TimeSplitters 2 was literally infected way before Call of Duty done it. I think TimeSplitters 2 did quite a few things even before Call of Duty came out, so that just shows how ahead of its time this game was. Was it like Team Deathmatch, that kind of thing. TimeSplitters 2 had all that before Call of Duty ever became a thing. So far I'm not doing very good so far. I need, depending on difficulty, these arcade custom matches can be so chaotic. Ouch. I need to find a better weapon. Right, Tommy gun, that will do. Die, 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 die. Okay, I'm literally fighting off some dinosaurs as well. That just shows you can play as so many different characters in the arcade mode. It's so cool. Literally, you can play as like a T-Rex if you wanted to. It's so cool. It just shows how creative this game is and how wacky it is with its humour. Take this guy out. Look, I've got a plasma on him. That should take him out. Take this one out. There we go. Oh, ouch. Okay, I did not realise there was an enemy there. I think it depends how quickly we get through this match. I think we will play a different game mode. I have one more game mode and I'm pretty much showed you guys what to expect in this game. So around here's where the cloak could be. Obviously, as the cloak's not enabled, no one can go into the cloak and crash the game. Obviously, if you have the cloak enabled, you can't stop the bots going to it. Obviously, it would be much easier if you did have the cloak disabled. Obviously, you don't know if the game's going to crash or not. If you or any of the bots go into it, the game will crash and you'll have to input the cheat codes again, which is really annoying. I've left a link at the bottom of the video which shows you guys how to unlock this Homefront Easter egg. So unfortunately, you can't unlock it straight away when you buy Homefront. You have to play like roughly through 7-8 hours of the game before you can actually get to the part where you can unlock the TimeSplitters 2 Easter egg. So I've left a link in the script to show you guys how to unlock the Homefront Easter egg, as well as how to input the cheat codes as well. So if you guys want to give the Homefront port a go, check those videos out and you should be able to do it for yourselves. I'm just showing you TimeSplitters 2 from a gameplay perspective, not how to input the cheat codes or what you need to do to unlock it. Okay, I doubt I'm going to win this because I've had my ass whooped quite a few times. Oh, die, 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 die. There we are. I've got a plasma auto rifle, my favourite weapon. Die. That's it. Almost got 10 kills. When I get to 10 kills, I think I'll end this. I don't know how long this is going to go on for, so I think I'll end it and we'll head to a different game mode. There we are. So I've got 10 kills. Let's go find a different game. So I'm going to play a different game mode. I'm going to play... Let's play a virus match before we end the video. So I'm going to play virus on... Let's see. Let's play on Scrapyard. Why not? I'm going to play as... Harry Tipper. I'm not sure what music this is. This music sounds like it was from the first TimeSplitters game. Okay, that guy's fed, so I just want to make sure I avoid all these guys before time runs out. So Persevirus Mode pretty much reminds me of Infected from Call of Duty. It's pretty much the same thing really. Enemies are infected, just avoid them and you'll be fine. I need a better weapon, so I can't fight all these guys off with just 2 dual-wielded pistols. I'm going to need like a plasmorph rifle or something, but I don't know where it is. We'll be on the map somewhere, but I don't really want to go around the map just trying to find it for absolutely ages. There we go. I did it. Did I get infected then? No, I don't know, I got first. Oh, I won that because I was last to get infected. Okay, let's find a different map to go on. That was quite quick, so let's have another game. Let's play as Harry Tipper again, let's get into another game. Oh, we're on Chinese. Shame it's not the Chinese music that's playing right now. Oh, I've been infected. Ah, shit. So now what I'm going to do is infect all the other players on the map. So I would say some maps are better for Virus than others, because obviously depending how spaced out the map is it makes Virus mode much funner. If it's a very narrow map, the Virus match will end very quickly. Let's head to wherever this map is. This will be the last game. We're on the hospital. Ah, we got the boss battle music for the Siberia boss, which we saw when we're taking the helicopter out. As I put music on random, literally whatever music will appear. I like that, I'd like to do that when I'm playing custom matches on TimeSplitters. So I try to make sure the hospital map's actually quite a good map for Virus, I'm not going to lie. I just want to make sure these enemies appear. When they do, we can shoot them. I've got the homing launcher. Oh, this is going to make this so easy. Just blow up any infected enemy that comes toward me. God, I've wasted all the rockets. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. So I'm just going to run around the map and just... I'm not going to stay around in one area, I'm just going to run around the map and just see how long I can survive without getting touched by any infected enemy. Oh, the homing launcher's back. Nice. I'm not sure whether this is unlimited or not. Okay, I'm first, so I was the last to get infected, so I won the match. So that is pretty much the whole TimeSplitters 2.0 Homefront The Revolution. Pretty much most of the content from TimeSplitters 2 is in here, except the map maker, split screen multiplayer, as well as the extras as well. Pretty much showed you guys the whole TimeSplitters 2 port. The challenge has not appeared because I've not inputted the cheat code for the challenge mode after the game got crashed. So what I'm going to do is end this TimeSplitters 2 video here. I hope you all enjoyed. Hopefully this gives you guys a bit of a... Well, hopefully it showed you guys a bit of an idea of what to expect if you do play a TimeSplitters 2 port, the things you need to look out for to stop the game from crashing, that kind of thing. So I hope you guys enjoyed this TimeSplitters 2 video. Let's say if Homefront The Revolution did get patched up or a proper remaster did come out, I would definitely love to play this game on my channel in the future. I would definitely love to play through the whole story mode, the whole arcade, the whole challenge mode. So I'd love to do a let's play on this game one day. This game is easily the most underrated PS2 game. It definitely deserves a full HD remaster in my opinion. So hopefully one day when this game does get remastered, I will do a full let's play on this game, play through every single story level, play through all the challenges and the arcade matches and that kind of thing. Until that happens though, this will be the last TimeSplitters 2 video for now until we get a new TimeSplitters game or a remaster. Okay guys, I'm going to end the video here. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please be sure to leave a like and subscribe if you want to keep updated with all the gaming content uploaded to my channel, and I hope to see you all soon. Thank you so much for watching. This is goldiex and I'm out.